you gonna go? Where are you gonna run? Where are you gonna hide? Nowhere. Because there's no one like you left.
Now, the classic fear begins to grow.
We're being cornered.
In a modern masterpiece of science fiction.
They're barricading the street.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
That's right.
Oh, God.
That's right. That's good. You're listening now. That's very good. Okay, now, I know you're frightened, Steve. I know you're scared. That's okay. I understand that. You're confused. But let me tell you something, Steve. Let me tell you something. All that anger, all that fear, all that confusion, it's gonna melt away. It's gonna go away, Steve. It's gonna go away. You go to sleep. Wake up. It's very simple. In the morning, you wake up. You feel wonderful. We will be together. We're connected. We're close. We're together. More pure. That's good.
Dad.
Go.
Dad!
Let's go to bed, Steve. Let's go to bed.
Get away from me! Get away from my kids!
Brainwashing. Now, the actual process of brainwashing is somewhat disappointingly abstract and inconcrete. There's no three-step guide to brainwashing your cult followers. The process is more of an art than a science. So here's your scientific three-step guide to brainwashing your cult followers.
The first stage is break people down.
This morning, Disney fans are experiencing the magic once again.
Oh my God, I'm gonna cry.
Making people feel special is an overwhelmingly great feeling that traps them in. Overall, in this stage, you need to, as Rick says,
Talk about everything negative in the world, negative in their life, put a lot of pressure on them to crack and break. And then second, change them. You know, once they're in that broken state, introduce your ideas.
The sight of the beloved theme park returning, bringing some to tears. As visitors get their first taste of rides and lines in a socially distanced environment. Disney is not only limiting the number of guests allowed in the park each day, they've also implemented a new ticketless reservation system. They're checking visitors' temperatures when they enter the park and requiring them to wear face masks too.
They're doing sanitizing, masks. We have face shields on the cast members. I mean, it is a very different park than when it was closed down in March.
Cult leaders create a new normal by manufacturing people's worlds.
Has that changed your kids' experience at all?
Brooke, has it changed your experience?
No, not at all.
The Evans family from California booked their trip to Disney World back in March.
The magic is still here. You know, it feels a little different with the mask. It's hot, we're sweating, but we can do it.
And then once the person has accepted that program, then you move to the third stage, which is reinforcement.
You need people to continue to believe and continue to stay in a cult once it's established. At this point, I should probably make sure I don't get in loads of trouble by inspiring dozens to start new cults. I'll reiterate, don't start a cult. It may be fun for a while, but it almost never works out.
COVID has been just terrible. Very annoying. Very boring. I'm just sick of it.
I felt sad because I haven't been that much out and it's boring. You really have nothing to do in your house, only have technology and all. So yeah, and I don't really play with toys anymore because I'm 10 now.
It's actually been really hard because when we go to shops I have to put on my mask, but sometimes I can't really breathe in my mask. Sometimes I forget to put it over my nose, and we have to be really careful for what we're doing and what we're getting close to.
I can't really see all my family because they live very far away, and then I can't go around to see them.
I can't really see my nanny all the time because of Corona.
I've missed swimming, which I love doing swimming. And last year I was doing drama, but then it stopped. The drama stopped altogether.
I missed my friends and I missed all my far friends from far away, and I just miss having fun and going out places, but I can't do that now.
So without further ado, let's cut to the chase and take a look at an ordinary surgical mask, and I'm using a vape. As you can see, that vape, which has aerosols the same size as COVID-19 or larger, goes through and around a surgical mask.
Please wear a mask.
Now, if we take a cup mask and have a good look at it, here we go. Notice it goes right through the mask easily and goes in every direction.
They are deceptively effective.
The aerosol is not affected by the mask in any material. Now we look at a surgical mask with a foam strip to protect above and keep my glasses from fogging. Lo and behold, the aerosols go all around it. Has no effect on me spreading aerosols to you. Now a cloth mask I borrowed from my wife. Once again, here we go. Boom, straight through and around. It has no effect on the spread of aerosols. They go everywhere.
They are deceptively effective.
And then I went and bought a guard mask with a high efficiency filter material. That one, here we go. Watch for it. Through and around. It had no effect on the vape aerosol, which remember is the same size or larger. Now, I don't have an N95 mask. I have these shop respirators where they can put all kinds of things in them, but they're like an N95 because when you breathe out, everything goes out through a valve. Guess what? It might protect me from you. It sure isn't going to protect you from me. Let's look at that again. Boom. Any mask with a button on it has a valve that lets everything go from you to your neighbor. It has no effect on anything.
They are deceptively effective.
I think you can get the picture now. There is absolutely nothing that any of these masks do to protect you from me. And the fact is that unless I have a mask which is fully sealed and where I breathe through the filter material both directions, and I have a really high quality filter, nothing is going to protect in either direction. Because just the same way that the vape went out, around, and through, it will come in, around, and through. Aerosols will not be stopped by masks. Because just the same way that the vape went out, around, and through, it will come in, around, and through.
Hey sir, just to inform you, per government order, you're required to wear a face mask in the city of West Hollywood. Thank you, sir.
And part of that enforcement is going out into the streets and talking to folks, but utilizing education as the key, education and persuasion.
Anytime outside in public, we need to really have them on. We're issuing citations now in West Hollywood. They're $300 a pop, so.
We don't want to give out citations. We don't want to give out citations. But for people who absolutely refuse to wear a mask, I can guarantee you they are going to receive a citation.
Hey ma'am, good afternoon. My name is Deputy Kim. We represent the West Hollywood Sheriff Station. We just want to inform you per government's order you're required to wear a mask in the city of West Hollywood. Oh, completely understandable. But when you're out in public, we are enforcing. Thank you, ma'am. We appreciate it.
It's like paying a fine. The first offense is $250 with a $50 administrative fee for a grand total of $300.
We just came to inform you per government's order, once you are in a public setting, you are required to put on a face mask.
But they told me come without the mask. You! Well, it's good thing. Good thing, of course. Well, we should know that we have to wear a mask.
Reason brainwashing works within a cult is because there is that peer pressure. Things that seem normal in the real world seem that way because everyone accepts them, while abnormal things seem normal in a cult environment because everyone within the group accepts them.
And a lot of it's accomplished by environmental control, social isolation, information control.
Hey, I've been waiting ages for you.
I made it here, right?
I come from the only known solar system with 2 twin planets, each with its own and opposite gravity. Now, in our world, it's possible to fall up and to rise down.
3 thieves from down below arrested last week, raising interworld tensions.
We don't go down to their world, and we certainly don't want them coming up to ours.
We observe a full separation between worlds. There's to be no contact with those up top.
Imagine if we could go anywhere we wanted to.
Order, please!
Come on, come on, come on!
Quick, get him!
Hey, no! Please, no!
Contact her again, and it will cost you your life.
I need your help.
These weights will hold you down in their world. Take them off when you want to come back.
Edith! I can't believe it!
Everybody up against the wall.
I gotta go.
No.
I'll find you.
Stop him!
Ordo police have launched a massive manhunt for the fugitive.
You're gonna go out there and you're gonna get yourself killed.
If I could just give my life some kind of hope, then I'm gonna do it.
Gravity. They say you can't fight it. Well, I disagree. What if love was stronger than gravity?
Why should you wear a mask?
To protect my family and others.
To respect my neighbors.
To protect myself and keep businesses thriving.
I wear a mask because I love my grandparents.
Do you wear a mask?
With so many reasons to wear a mask, together we can keep Nevada strong.
Tonight, the Mediterranean cruise industry setting sail once again. Its maiden voyage, Italy's MSC Grandiosa, launching today. The cruise departed Genoa for 4 destinations close to Italy, all under ship-shape safety procedures. It starts at boarding with a health questionnaire and several tests. First, you run the fever check, said the ship's doctor. If everything's okay, then you come here and undergo the swab test. The ship employing elevated sanitation measures, social distancing and mask wearing, and more on-board medical staff. For these passengers, all of them European, this trip is worth the risk. Coronavirus is here, there, everywhere, said this passenger. But even the tightest testing can leave gaps.
That's like, I missed school, my friends, and I've missed seeing like my uncles and stuff, like my granddads and all. And I can't see them anymore because they're too old, and it's very dangerous just in case they might, because they're very old and old people kind of they can get sicknesses.
Just miss all my friends out of school. Just want to see how everybody is doing.
I missed about my communion. I missed out on seeing all my family and friends, and I also missed out seeing all my teachers being so happy with us in our dresses.
There's a person in my class that I've been friends with since I was born.
And you haven't been able to see them?
No.
How do you feel about going back to school?
I'm nervous and happy at the same time because I want to see my friends but I don't want to do homework, and like I'm just nervous to get a new teacher and all, and I was like, yeah.
I'm actually really excited to go back to school, but there will be a few different changes. We'll be put into small groups while social distancing, and we don't know yet, but we might have to wear a mask. And I've learned this off my mum, because she said the teachers told her that we have to keep our school pencil case in school so we don't bring it in and out for the germs, and then we have our own pencil case at home, and we have our own pencils and stuff at home too.
Do you want to know what it is? The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us. Even now, in this very room. You can see it when you look out your window or when you turn on your television. You can feel it when you go to work, when you go to church, when you pay your taxes. It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth. What truth? That you are a slave, Neo. Like everyone else, you were born into bondage. Born into a prison that you cannot smell or taste or touch. A prison for your mind. Unfortunately, no one can be told what the Matrix is. You have to see it for yourself. This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill. The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
Fitness gyms on Hawaii Island and Maui reopened earlier this month, and Oahu locations are finally opening their doors as well.
So we've been working really hard to make sure that we have a very safe and clean environment for everyone to come back to and to enjoy the judgment-free zone again.
Staff and guests will be required to follow safety precautions before, during, and after their shifts or workouts.
Staff, when they come in, they have to have temperature checks. Staff are also required to wear masks at all times. And then there's a little questionnaire for them to fill out too.
For guests, there will be touchless sign-ins and other new rules in place.
Masks are required to enter in the facility. While they're working out, they do not have to wear the mask. But sanitation, there's sanitation stations all over the gym.
Planet Fitness is also creating marked-off sections in the facility to practice social fitnessing.
You're going to have equipment tagged out for social fitnessing to make sure members aren't too close together. So every other cardio equipment is going to be tagged out here just for the safety of our members. You're going to have squares marked out. They're all 6 feet apart, so members will have a set area for them to work out in.
What's that first day at school like? How do you think that's going to be?
The best. I say my teacher's gonna make a little party, but social distancing.
Seeing all my friends, seeing the teachers as well, seeing my teacher in the park before once, and just seeing everybody.
I'd probably be like surprised, but the school looked different. Could it probably be like all new and all hand sanitizer everywhere?
I'm going to be able to play with my friends again and also learn more fun things.
I'm going to be a bit worried and scared, but I think it will be very nice because every first day of school, I'm always just so happy and so confident and like I know I can do it.
We have signage in all of our buildings. We have plexiglass on the majority of our desks. We have socially distanced every single classroom. We have temperature-taking devices at the major exits and entrances of each of our 8 buildings. And we have hand sanitizers erected to the wall about our water fountains and our nurse's office as well. We have prioritized making this a safe environment to return to before teaching begins.
Our students in preschool through 6th grade are going to be on a modified day, so they will be what we would call an early dismissal day. They'll be coming in the morning, and then they'll be leaving prior to having lunch. Students are working with their teachers on all subjects. We have not modified the day, but we have worked with our supervisors to modify our curriculum.
I've been in education for 35 years, and this is the very first year I actually prioritize something over education, and that's the health and safety of my students and staff. That comes first. If we don't check that box, learning doesn't happen.
What a peculiar place to have a party. You know, Dino, we really shouldn't be doing this. After all, we haven't been invited, and curiosity often leads to trouble.
I imagine that right now you're feeling a bit like Alice, tumbling down the rabbit hole.
Hi, my name is Alvy Adams. I'm the manager here at Music City Hit Factory. As a company, we understand the importance of music for the city and community. We also understand the importance of health and safety. In order to prioritize your safety, along with keeping music alive in our city, we wanted to give back to the community by converting some of our hotel rooms into practice studios. The studios that we call Hotel Takeover Studios are a great place to practice music, or if you just need a safe, creative space. We are now offering studio reservations online with a max of 3 to 4 people depending on room size. Masks are required for everyone in the building at all times. We are happy to provide masks, gloves, or face shields with reservations. We are drastically improving our cleaning regimen before anyone new enters the studios each time. We make sure every surface is wiped down and sanitized, including amps, drums, microphones, etc. This includes all common areas with special attention to areas that hands can touch, including handrails, doorknobs, etc. Windows are also open to allow fresh air to act as a natural air filter after each customer. Hand sanitizer receptacles are wall-mounted throughout the building, and hand washing stations are available in the majority of the studios. Music City Hit Factory, made for musicians, by musicians.
We have still not learned how to extract the human soul. When Lisa's children are born, how will you control them?
Amy. She will provide the secret to blessing humans.
For every living thing in the universe, separation ceases, and we all become one being, singing one song.
Track their health data and share their genome.
As all of you are planning to come back to New York, one of the questions that I get asked very, very frequently is, how are we going to take the subways? Are the subways safe? Is mass transit safe? Over the past several weeks, the MTA has put in place some very important public health measures. One of them is taking very seriously the cleaning of the subway trains as well as stations every night in order to do this deep cleaning. In addition, masking is required or face covering. You have to wear a face covering or a mask if you are to enter the station and ride the subways. And if you don't have a mask, you will be offered a mask as well as you enter the subway station. It is highly recommended that you also maintain physical distancing of at least 6 feet and keeping as much as possible the low density in the subway cars. It is very important to remember to take your hand sanitizer with you. After I touch any surface, I always promptly sanitize my hands. So if we follow these measures and do them consistently and collectively as we're riding the subways, this can be a very safe journey for all of us.
ก็มีความกังวลเป็นอย่างมากนะคะแต่ว่าในความดูแลเวลาเราส่งเข้ามาในโรงเรียนแล้วเราก็มีความสบายใจขึ้นมานิดนึงเพราะว่าเรามองเห็นมาตรการทางโรงเรียนมีการป้องกันและก็ตรวจตราเป็นอย่างดีค่ะ